Shalom.
All right, Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash.
and double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone. The men who taught us this truth that rule well. Salutations to you, sincere, humble brothers, faithfully, diligently pushing His word with fear and trembling through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kodash. All right, we the GMS Memphis. All right, I'm the brother Tazamak to my left.
Zahab.
Anna. Yaganah.
Just coming at you with the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, dealing with the Gentiles. All right, and first we want to get that word Gentiles before we get into the lesson. All right, because there's all kind of confusion amongst, you know, really, you people that's lost. Okay, because we know, you know, like John 4:24 says, we know. Matter of fact, real quick, brother, get that. Because I can't say it better than the scripture said. And then we're going to bring out the word
John
Gentile.
4:24.
Start at verse 22.
Start at 22. This is John 4:22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
This is who the confusion is for. You know, the confusion is for you people who don't know who you worship. Okay, we know who we worship. Read.
We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Salvation is of the Jews, man. Okay? And that's who the Lord came to save. Okay? And you have confusion because that word Gentile pops up and the word Greek pops up, you know, and John 3:16 is world is completely misunderstood. So you got people out here, all right, and He only has given it to His elect ultimately, okay, and that's the only place you're going to get the truth from is from the elect of the elect men of the Lord, okay, which starts with the apostles at GMS, man. Just get over it, get out your feelings. Those are the men that the Lord set up to rule over the nation of Israel and preach the gospel, all right? The apostles of Great Millstone on down to the elders and the least brother, okay? All right, now we're going to get the word Gentiles and we're going to get into the scriptures, man.
Word Gentiles?
In the something there, let them know what your source is, bro.
This is Jonathan Compact Bible Dictionary. And the word Gentile mean nation, people. Usually, it means a non-Israelite people.
It says usually it means a non-Israelite people. All right? Now we're going to get the word usually just to break it down for the toddlers out there, okay?
Alright. This is according to the Google definition. Usually, and it's an adverb, under normal conditions, generally.
Generally, okay? So, generally, but the reason that we named this live show the Gentiles, heirs of the promise, because when you're reading in the New Testament, the ones that the Lord came for are those that were heirs of the promise. Those that were, help me out, brother. Help me out, brothers. Those that were under the law.
Under the law.
Okay. Those that were scattered. All right. Scattered through the curses. Okay. So, without further ado, man, we finna open this thing up. Like the brother, you know, the head brother that Captain the Ball would say, we finna lay the law down, man. All right. So, brother, get Romans 8:16.
It's Romans 8:16. It says, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Right. Bear witness with whose spirit? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Israelite confusion of faces that goes back to those respective tribes, man.
Yep.
Okay? So, hey, as you can see, this thing is not what they deem it to be as a black Hebrew Israelite thing, man. It ain't about black. It ain't about white. It's about Yasharallah, man.
Right.
The princes, the judges of the power, man. Okay? That's what it's about. It's about the ones that the Lord chose to be a special people unto Himself. He didn't pick these people because of a skin complexion. Hell, He made the skin complexions, man.
Right.
Okay? And He don't give a damn about what your complexion is, man.
He,
Alright.
he even made a whole nother nation of people with dark skin complexion.
Yeah.
And he said,
They are not my people.
Yeah,
He
and
put a
he's-
difference. Get it? Exact Exodus 11 and 7.
It's Exodus 11 and 7. But
And see, this how we know that you people are who come up against us are a bunch of hypocrites, man. Because y'all see that we don't just cuss out the so-called white man. We cuss out these fucking Hamites. When Obama was in office, we was cussing out Obama. Shit, even worse than we. Matter of fact, we show love to Trump because we we
right.
like what Trump represents.
Yeah.
You know, but when we say we like what he represents the end of this fucking society, man.
Con.
So don't twist that either, because you know these niggas will take cuts from the lessons and
Yeah.
see, they love these Edomites. These
Yeah.
niggas, they love Trump. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we love that Trump is the nigga that get the job done.
That's
man.
right.
And we said nigga rightfully because he is. These Edomites
Yeah,
are the new niggas.
That's
man.
right, bro.
Void of judgment, void of light. That Illuminati shit that they was talking about years back, that's over with. You know what I'm saying? That secret society shit, that's over with. They uncovered. They skirts is raised up and they exposed, man. Okay? And they trying everything they can to get out of that fucking profane predicament that they put themselves in, you know, where they outside of the promises. You know, they outside of the temple, but there's nothing that they can do, man. They was a rejected from the beginning.
Yep.
Okay, and that's just how it is, man. Like we just happen to be the souls that have been graced with the mercy of Yahweh Shah, man.
Con.
You know?
you get this.
Yeah, but the brother finna get it. Like the point, hey, the Lord does make a difference, man. Okay?
This
Exodus 11. No,
Seven.
let him jump
Oh,
that.
okay,
jump that, because I just called for it.
Okay.
This
con.
Exodus 11 and 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast.
Hey, the Lord said not even a dog. So not nobody, man. You know? But the thing about it is Esau is public enemy number one. He's the prime motherfucking villain against the nation of Israel, man. So he's got to get it first and foremost. But all these nations had their hands against Israel, man.
Yeah.
You know? That's why they gotta be destroyed. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, you got out.
Okay.
Exodus 11 and 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
The Lord does put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Now, Egyptians go back to Africa, man. Okay, which they call Africa today, which was originally the land of Ham. Okay, because the Egyptians are the seed of Ham. Okay, and we are from the seed of Shem, man.
That's right.
Okay, but we all are dark-skinned people.
Yep.
And it even tells you that in the Compact Bible Dictionary that
Not Negroes.
that Ham
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes, man. Okay, because the Negroes and the Africans, so-called Africans, are different people, but they have what? The same skin complexion, man. All right, and we cuss they motherfucking asses out, just like we cuss out all the other nations, all other 17 nations that's on the face of the earth, man. But we deal with who first? The most profane, most wicked, most vile beast upon the face of the earth is you Caucasian devils, all right? Better known as Edomites, man.
That's right, bro.
You know, who's trying to fucking snake your way into the promises,
Yeah.
trying to snake your way into salvation, and you don't even need no goddamn salvation, man.
From what? Salvation from what?
Shit, you gonna save you. You need to be saved from your goddamn self. That's why we gonna destroy you after 1,000 years of your would retribution be the right
That's a
word?
good word.
Yeah, when you goddamn pay back, when you pay back what you did and what you fucked up, then we gonna put you out of your miseries, man. Because that's the only thing that can save you. Okay, is being completely destroyed.
That's right.
You know, because the Lord made you to be a destroyer.
Yeah.
So the only thing that can destroy a destroyer is destruction.
Hey, he made them to be
He
destroyed.
made him to be destroyed.
You know,
Yeah.
the Lord can do that.
He made you to be the destroyer and be destroyed.
Yeah,
That's
that was
it.
your purpose, man.
That was your purpose, and we're destroying you with these scriptures, man. So let us continue on, finish that Romans.
Okay. Hey, I wanted to say one thing
Go
too
ahead.
about the Africans, man. You know, you can just tell that spirit is different too with the Africans and Jake, because you see the Africans, man, they got the big plates in their mouth. The true Hamites, they wearing plates in their mouth, got fucking bones through their nose, just weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Jake ain't doing that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no shit like that. Yeah, this Romans 8 and 17, it says.
Well, start at 16. Just
Start over.
Yeah.
Okay, this Romans 8 and 16. It says the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
You know, because the brother just made that point that, you know, those so-called Africans over there, they don't have that same spirit as the so-called Negroes over here. You know, they dancing off a beat to tribal music and shit. But the Negroes over here got everybody bumping worldwide. You know?
It says, verse 17, and if children, then heirs of the Most High.
Heirs in the blue letter. You can keep going. Y'all can start at 17 at the top.
Okay, it says, and if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
Yeah, cause Yahweh Shai suffering being really, because you think about Yahweh Shai, he's up there on the right hand of his father looking at the wickedness, the wicked judgment taking place on the earth, where the whole fucking earth has mistaken his image as the fucking lowest of the low, scum of the fucking earth, a fucking a homosexual, incest, what other disgusting attributes about this fucking Cesare Borgia, man? Incest, syphilis, disease infested, faggot, being the image of him, man. He's suffering, you know. So like we suffering, we being persecuted for our image, you know, and like this brother, he being persecuted for his image, you know. That's and you know, that's how you know the Most High likes drama, man. You know, because he ultimately set this whole movie up, you know. But the thing about it is, you got the inside scoopers. You know what I'm saying? You got those actors in the movie that know the script just as good as the director, pretty much, you know. Except for like certain little things they don't, like we don't know it as well as Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, but he's giving us the inside scoop. This is what I'm trying to say.
Like we did that lesson on the world premiere. You go and you already seen what's gonna happen.
You in the movie.
You in the movie.
So you know what's
coming.
But you sitting there watching it.
Still on the edge.
Still on the edge, like
it plays out, you know, because you see it from a different angle.
You see it from a different perspective.
You see the finished production. It plays out in front of you.
Yep. Oh, you got it? Go ahead.
All right, this is the word heirs goes back. It's G2818.
Let the devil see it.
Strong's G2818. Kleronamas.
Yeah, alright, and it means one who receives by lot, an heir.
One who receives by lot. Okay.
In messianic usage, one who receives his allotted possession by right of sonship.
Ooh, by right of sonship. One who receives his allotted possession. So who are the possessions of the Most High? Brother, get it. Keep reading, bro. I'm finna get it. I think it's in Peter's 1 and 9.
One who has acquired or obtained the portion allotted to him. You know?
For his private, his possession. You can read it, Romans again, bro.
Okay. This Romans 8 and 17, it says, and if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together.
Right. It says that we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
And I looked up the word joint heirs, and it means a fellow heir, a joint heir, one who obtains something assigned to himself with others, a joint participant. You know, so when Yahushua receives his glory, which he already got, but he's coming back to share that with us.
Come.
You know, that's a beautiful thing to think about, man.
Yeah. That's right, bro.
You found it yet?
Yeah, this is it. But the word peculiar means private possession. But this is 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people. All right, and that word peculiar, right? It says a purchased people. Okay, a purchased people. So when you purchase something, it means it's what? Your possession.
Right.
It says, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. All right? Which is the same thing that Deuteronomy 7:6 says, man. Okay? All right? Well, we can keep going. Next scripture, bro.
Okay, I got John.
I now got it.
Oh,
You got the next one. It's Isaiah.
I just wanted to make this point real quick. Throughout the scriptures, you know, the Most High calls him, or the Israelites, his possession, or his children of God,
20.
sons
28.
of God. And that he basically is making a personal relationship with these Israelites. But he doesn't do that with the heathens, man.
They say Israel, my firstborn.
Mm-hmm.
So, this Isaiah 61:9. And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Lord Yahweh had blessed.
Yep. See, amongst the Gentiles, you gonna know who his people are.
Yep.
Why? Because the Spirit bear witness with our spirit
right.
that we are the children of the Most High, man. Read it again.
Isaiah 61:9. And that seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people.
That's how we know that this brother here, that y'all can't seem to get over the complexion thing, is our brother, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's how we know when a certain other nations come up, like Elam. They look like Elam. They might look like Ishmael. They might look like Moab. You know, they might come off as Ham at first. Whatever, bro. Whatever nation they may be, the way that we know that they're Israelites is through the Spirit, man. Okay, it's through the Spirit ultimately. But there is no such thing as a spiritual Israelite. All right, so don't be trying to take that route either, you goddamn devils. Now, you go ahead, bro. You finna say something?
Yeah, that word spirit, it goes in the Greek. I think it means is anime, which where you get animation from.
Animation.
Because that spirit is what animates, you know, that carnal being.
Yep.
You know. So I mean, when a particular person is animated, like a so-called Negro or a Native American or Hispanic, but they look totally like their outward appearance doesn't. That's because spirit goes back to Israel. You know.
And then you had this nigga that came up to the camp the other day. Can I take this off? Yeah, okay. You had this nigga that come up to the camp the other day, which is a nobody who really not concerned about the Lord. You're gonna be destroyed, man. All right, if you don't, we don't see you coming out of that funk you in. All right, but anyway, the point is, the reason why you niggas think that we got heathens in the camp is because of this. Get the Deuteronomy 28:64.
All right. This Deuteronomy 28:64. And among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither. That's Salaki, that's 65. And the Lord Yahweh Shema shall scatter thee among all people.
Hold on, it said thou shalt. So when it says thou shalt, that means this is something that was what? Prophesied to happen. Okay? So what I'm getting at is the reason that you niggas can't get it is because you don't understand prophecy. The Lord didn't give you his spirit, which is the spirit of prophecy. Because if you understand prophecy, confusing the face is not that hard to understand.
Yeah.
Keep going, bro, and I want you to get Daniel.
It says,
from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou know nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be following a whole bunch of off shit.
Yep.
And that's what you see our people doing, you know?
Yep. And the Kemet,
Yeah,
all kind of shit. Islam.
they're into a whole bunch of different shit.
False doctrines.
False doctrine. Other gods.
It says even those that you have not known, which means there's a lot of new shit out here, like New Age shit.
Yeah, Scientology.
Yeah, the little cults or whatever, like in nowhere, middle of nowhere states.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, and the main.
Our people are into those cults. Like they're probably Jakes in Waco, Texas. They're probably Jakes that went down to Jonestown, where they drink the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're probably Jakes that went down there. Or there were Jakes. I'm not gonna say probably, because Jake would be on some dumb shit and drink some poison Kool-Aid, because they thought that they're gonna set up the kingdom in Jonestown.
Yeah. And the main point that we want to extract from that is scattered. So we just scatter amongst the nations, man. Okay, so of course, if we was amongst the nations for thousands of years, 500 years, 300 years, Jake getting down.
Yeah.
And these heathen women want to get down with Jake.
Yep.
If you ain't see, you Jews ain't spiritual. You could be watching a movie and it's showing you how shit happens, and you not spiritual to relate it to the scriptures. Mm-hmm. You got all kind of movies that show you Jake's was basically I guess you would say the women was raping the men. The slave masters wives was sleeping with the mandingos.
Yeah.
All kind of popping was going on, man. Mm-hmm. And even when we was ruling, we was popping other nations.
Yep.
So
been going on forever.
it's really not that hard, man. But y'all got that blind spirit, Like the Lord don't want you to see it. You reject it. That's why you can't get it. You got it, bro.
What's that movie that brothers always put in Confusion Face videos, where it basically breaks down the Jakes in Sicilian, the Sicilian Jakes? They basically said he was like
I know what you're talking about. Bro.
Yeah, but he was like
father was a nigga.
yeah, he was like, you're actually a nigger, man.
Yeah.
He's like, because you're from Sicilian, and back then niggers were ruling then, and they did so much fucking with the white woman that they even actually turned white. So really, you're no different from those niggers. And then Jake got all pissed, man.
Hey, this is you done?
Yeah, that was basically it.
Alright, this real quick. This is Ezra 9:2. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands.
Hey man, that's so plain. Okay, if you got, just to break it down even more, you got one nation that, let's say Chinese, they got the slanted eyes, like that greenish yellow skin complexion. Yeah. And then you got a nation of black people, the so-called Negroes. Their seed mingles with those people over there, generation after generation after generation.
Yep.
They're gonna start looking Chinese, man. Yeah. Bruce Lee.
Yep.
One of them. I actually grew up with confusion-faced Moabites. They love to fight, just like Bruce Lee. They're totally into that mixed martial arts shit. But they're Israelites, man.
It's simple, bro.
Yeah, they're under the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. They're always getting infused with their parents because they were adopted. And they didn't know who their parents were, which is part of their curses. You're going to be taken away from your parents. That's part of the curses. Not knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You had something?
Just said Daniel 9:7.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
people real quick.
Go ahead.
This
It
whole-
don't matter which order. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
Go
this-
ahead.
Hosea 8:8. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles, is a vessel wherein is no pleasure.
Swallowed up. Why were we swallowed up? Because the Lord said in the curses in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, we was gonna be in the hands of our enemies for bond men and bond women. When you are a possession of somebody, all right. So we were the possession of the Lord when we was keeping His law, statutes, and commandments, a part of the contract. That we was gonna be on high. We was gonna rule over other nations, and they would know, and they would come. They would come in and flee 7 ways. So when nobody gonna be able to touch us as long as we kept the law, statutes, and commandments. We was gonna be the rulers. We was gonna be the hierarchy of the earth. But if we went off, He was gonna give us over. Basically, it's just like, all right, you got some sort of possession, some sort of valuable, right? And then you go and just give it to a homeless man on the street. Or you just go give it to some random motherfucker. Then if you give it to them, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do with
It's
it.
theirs now.
It's theirs now. Okay, so basically we have been abused through all these other captivities, man. All these captivities, we have been abused. They've done whatever the hell they want to do with us. Okay? And in the process, there's a whole lot of sex going on, man.
Yeah.
Okay? Because Jake gonna get it in whether he, goddamn it, got $5,000 or he got 5 cents.
Yeah. And no matter what the condition is, of slavery, Jake catching hell, he still, that ain't gonna stop Jake, man.
Hey.
Jake still gonna pop something.
Hey, if Jake is in the field picking cotton, and there's a woman out there bent over, master ain't looking, and he can run up in it, he finna run up
He
in
finna
it.
get it right
He
there.
finna run up in it. He finna spill semen on the cotton today.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, you right, bro.
Jake getting down,
Yeah,
man.
Jake ain't gonna stop.
You
man.
know?
Yeah.
And them other nations, women know that Jake known for getting down.
Yeah.
They trying to get down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There are accounts of like in history where heathen nations were sneaking out late at night when their parents went to sleep to get with some Jakes, man.
Yeah.
Just like today, man. Like, you know how Jake do. You know they're staying up all night waiting till their parents go to sleep. It's like, all right, sneak out. You know.
Yep. Yep. And I'm gonna tell you this too. Jake, men are way more fertile than these other nations, man.
Yeah.
Especially Esau.
Yeah.
Esau got a low sperm
Yeah,
count.
they had trouble having kids, man.
And I'm gonna give you an example of it because you was watching it today in that series Spartacus, right? What was his damn name, man? She basically, you remember the queen Lucretia?
Yeah.
She couldn't have no babies, and ultimately it was because of her husband, who was the king. I can't think of his name. He wouldn't basically have low sperm count.
Mm-hmm.
So what she did was she got one of the gladiators, okay, and when you go into the history, man, the gladiators was the Israelites, man. When you go into the Maccabees, the Jews was the gladiators, man. Okay, so she got what was his name, man? He was the champion before Spartacus was the champion. When Spartacus got there, he was the champion, and Spartacus couldn't beat him. Can't think of it, can you?
It's not with a T, I think. I don't know, man.
It's on the tip of my tongue,
Yeah,
man.
can't
I
think
stopped
of
watching it, man.
Yeah, but anyway, he was the champion, and that's who she got to get her pregnant, man. Okay, and that, man, look, these movies is not just out there for no reason, man. They it's spiritual, man. It's showing you what was going on through these captivities, man. You know, and those gladiators, they were slaves. They didn't have no choice but to fight, man.
Yeah.
And if they was summoned to them layers to lay pipe, you best believe they was gonna lay pipe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, in fact, that's how they persuaded some of them to fight. You know, it showed you that in the scene that we were watching, man.
Yeah, they were fighting.
Yeah, because they're about to put him to death, but that one dude bought him like way
King.
overpriced.
Yeah, the king bought him like
Yeah.
50 cents.
He was like He's like, how are you gonna motivate this guy? Like he doesn't want money or anything. Like he wants to die. He's like, well, you just gotta know like how to motivate him basically. He gave him a bunch of women. He was, after he got that, he laid that pipe. He was like, all right, I'll
good.
fight.
Yeah. I'll fight now.
His name was Crixus. That was his name. Crixus.
Sound about right.
Crixus. That was his name. He was the champion. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
All right, this is Daniel chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces. As at this day to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off.
Hey, whoa. Now let's put it together. Read it again from the top.
All right. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee.
Righteousness belongeth unto Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. When you go into that word righteousness, you can extract accuracy from that. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he knows who's who.
Yep.
Okay? And he's revealed unto his servants, the prophets, what? The secret things, the prophecies. Okay? And the understanding of the spiritual things and being able to discern spirits, man. Those are gifts given to Yahweh Shem Yahweh, given from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to his men, Go ahead, bro.
But unto us confusion of faces.
But unto us confusion of faces. So we are amongst all these different nations, and they don't look like the original look of an Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
So when we naturally see our people, if they don't have our skin complexion, that's part of the curse too.
Yeah.
With your eye being evil towards your brother,
Yeah,
man.
you're right, bro. That's right.
And really, all you other camps are guilty of that, man. Okay, outside of Great Millstone, all you other camps are guilty of your eyes being evil towards your brethren, because what? You err not knowing the scriptures, man. Okay? So you making this thing be carnal and it's spiritual, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's confusion of face, Jake, that their eyes evil towards their brothers.
Yep.
They don't want to come into this thing because they think that
Yeah,
it's a bunch
some-
of black niggas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some black thing, like you say. Yep.
Yep.
And you people that are trying to make it a black thing, man, y'all
Y'all
are
gonna
scattered.
destroy
Yeah,
it.
y'all
Yeah,
are gonna
you're
get
gonna be-
destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
through.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Because you're scattering the sheep.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to call me white and this brother black, that's causing confusion. That's scattering the sheep.
Come.
But when we say we're all Israelites and the people outside of this are either 2/3 or heathens, that's clear as day. We can break that down. We can go into who that 2/3 won't be able to accept it. We can break down the difference between the heathens and the Israelites.
Yep.
That's right, bro.
And it's a shameful thing to be confused and not know your own brother.
Yeah.
That's just like you been had a brother all this time, you 30-some years old, and you just not finding out. You had a brother that stayed right around the corner from you. Y'all been working on the same job for 10 years. You finally find out your brother. You like, man, you be happy. But at the same time, you like, damn, man, all this time, my brother was right there. Didn't even know it.
Right under your nose.
Damn, I always wanted a brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, it's hey, like the scriptures say, hey, none of the wicked shall understand, man. And the Lord have basically gave y'all over to the wicked deception of Esau, man. Because he the one that put that vibration out there, the separations with white and black. He put those terms out there, man. In the 1680s, man. But it's more on there in it, bro.
Right. As at this day.
As at this day, so very right now, but that was the time of Babylonian Empire. We in the daughter of Babylon. It's still today.
Yeah,
Okay.
So back in the Babylonian Empire, there are Jakes looking like other nations.
Yep.
If they've been mixing with other nations since then, man,
Yep.
like there's gonna be a shit ton of them that look like other nations.
Yep.
More so like the other nations.
Yeah. The other nation.
Yeah. To the men of Judah, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel. You know, because Judah are the so-called Negroes. You know? So there's gonna be Judites that don't look anything like a Negro.
And really, the confusion of face.
So we just saw one.
And really, the confusion of face is heavier in the northern tribes than it is in the southern tribes. When you really think about it, because they don't have their original look at all, man. You know, they really was screwed over. You know.
Yeah, because the Mexicans, they have their own look.
Yep.
They have their own kind of look.
Yep.
You know, that goes back to Israel is like a speckled bird. You
Yep.
know, so Issachar created like a whole another look of a nation that can be like described as a nation, but it's man, I'm at a loss for words. But basically, you know, that they look different from all the 18 nations in the Bible. You know.
Yeah. They have their own distinct look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to the Salaki, that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. You know? So that goes into the curses again. Because we trespass the Lord scatter us through all the nations.
Yeah. Like the brother was just saying, that's part of the curses too. You know?
I got one quick. You has more?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep. Hey, this going right behind. It said, because we have sinned against thee. That's why it's confusion of face. Tobit, the book of Tobit in the Apocrypha, chapter 3, verse 4. For they obeyed not thy commandments, that's sinning against the Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil. Did you just read that in Hosea 8 and 8?
Yeah.
Has delivered us for a spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death, and for a proverb of reproach to all the nations among whom we are dispersed. So we are dispersed amongst all nations, man. And we're gonna deal with that word dispersed again, and we're gonna not now. We're gonna get it, we're gonna read it like the death he was trying to get.
Alright, quick one.
Go ahead.
This
Like
Baruch.
you get that dispersed.
This Baruch 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved your Yahweh Shem Yahushua to wrath, you will deliver unto the enemies.
Yeah. So we were sold to the nations, man. You know, not for our destruction, but you know, because we moved the Most High to wrath, man.
We sinned against them,
We
man.
sinned against them.
So we
So
went
that
into
was-
captivity because of that, man.
That's right. That was our punishment.
Yep, it's plain, man. You know the scriptures. That's why you gotta go precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little, man. You know, that's how the puzzle comes together into a perfect masterpiece.
Come.
You know.
You gotta go into the word so you get the true understanding.
Yep.
You know, you can't just go to John 3:16 and shut the book.
Yep.
God so loved the world. That's it. Come on, man.
Alright, this is that word disperse. It's from the late 14th century, from Latin dispersus, past participle of dispergere, to scatter, apart in every direction, to scatter. And yeah, that's basically it.
To scatter in every direction. So that's explaining why when he said he's gonna come back, he's gonna gather his elect from the four corners of the earth. North, south, east, west, every direction. Because we were dispersed, we were scattered in every direction, man. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Okay, Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Okay, so the brother did a beautiful lesson of dealing with rednecks, crackers, and you really go into those words. Those terms was placed on Jake, man. Okay? And just not just nigger and wetback and spit. Hey, what they call Moab?
A gook.
Yeah.
Gooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the brother
Chinks.
was finna have to jack with a so-called goop, and just reading his spirit, like, he too cocky to be a goop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them
Yeah.
gooks don't be cocky like that, man.
Yeah.
Even if they do know some martial arts kind of shit, they avoid confrontation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't finna get into it with you because you bumped into them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jake had, which he was a Jake, but he looked like Moab, man. He's like, what he say? We tell the brother, he's like,
Watch where you going.
hey, watch out.
Yeah, watch out.
Come on now. Moab don't talk. Hey, watch out.
I ain't gonna say shit.
He said,
Let's say sorry.
the brother said, no, it's excuse me.
Yeah, the word is excuse me.
Same thing. You know, come on, man. That's Jake shit, man.
Yeah.
That's Jake shit, man. He was all swole up. You know, he thought he could take the brother. I came over there, checked on him. I was like, everything cool. He's like, oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I was like, oh, okay, well, let's go, bro. You know. But anyway, bro, I'm gonna read it again. It says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword amongst all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee." Okay, so we were amongst every one of these nations, man.
Yep.
You know.
I had Revelation 7 and 9.
Go ahead, bro.
Alright, this is Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man can number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with
Look up that word. I got it.
Alright, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Alright, so if a Christian church broke this down, they'd probably see, anybody can save. It doesn't matter where you're from, what language you speak, what skin color you are, because it's all nations, all kindreds, and people. But what you don't fail to realize, if you read the verses before that, from verse 4 through 8, it tells you that only 12,000 from each 12 tribes of Israel are going to make up that elect. So, I mean,
And then they always want to talk about we cherry picking, we ain't reading in the context. But then they'll go to their scripture and make it like it's destroying everything that the truth is about, that we preach. Because all we preach is the truth, man. We preach that, and the truth is about Israel attaining salvation, man. No other nation. Okay? Brother can get, if you got something,
Yeah, I got First Corinthians. You can go ahead.
if you got something that's outside the lesson, you can go ahead and get it. We're gonna get back to pick back up in 1 Corinthians 12 and 2.
Hey, that's the spirit, bro. I'm holding.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 12 and 2, it says, "You know that you were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led."
yeah, man, because what really,
Start at the top, bro.
Okay.
Salaki. Start at the top.
Okay, come. 1 Corinthians 12 and 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren.
Concerning spiritual gifts. A spiritual gift is the ability to be able to see this brother,
Yep.
even though he don't have my complexion, look at him, read his spirit,
Yep.
and see, hey, he an Israelite.
That's right.
That's a spiritual gift.
Hey.
Because we read in Daniel 9 and 7, I'm gonna give it to you, bro. If we read in Daniel 9 and 7 that what righteousness belongeth unto the Most High. But guess what? The Lord set up righteous man. The Lord set up upright man. The Lord set man up, because a righteous man is a man that has judgment, upright judgment, man. Okay? So the Lord gave upright judgment to certain men, which is a spiritual gift, and we have abilities to discern the spiritual things, man.
Right.
And the spiritual things are the things not seen. Okay?
I was just gonna say, bro, you can't put limits on the Most High, like how these people say they trust in the Lord. I know the power of the Lord, this, that, and the other. But if that's the case, how you can't understand what we going into.
How you can't understand this?
You know what I'm saying? Why you so carnal when it comes down to the skin color?
Yep.
You know, you don't really believe, man.
Yep.
That's what it boiled down to. You don't really believe.
You don't have faith.
Because if you did, you know, this would be simple
And
for
see,
you.
and that's the glory. That's the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is revealing things that's not seen to the average eye. You know, and he reveals it through his men, man. You know, and the reason when he comes back, the reason why when he comes back to destroy this place, the reason why he's justified for his indignation is because what? He set men up the whole time on earth telling you dumb niggas and all you heathens the truth, which it don't matter about you heathens because I mean, you're not gonna get it no way.
Yeah.
You know, but it really it's for you heathens that's really Israelites that's not accepting this, okay? Because you looking at the outer appearance. The scriptures say, "Judge not according to the outer appearance." That's in I think that's in 7:24. Is it I'm gonna get it. Read that again, bro.
All right. This I'm gonna start at the top. 1 Corinthians 12:1. Now concerning spiritual gifts,
7:24.
brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led.
John 7:24. That's what I thought.
Right, because that word Gentile in the New Testament refers to Israelites in the Gentile state of mind. You know.
Yeah. You
Meaning-
know that ye
meaning-
were Gentiles.
Yeah, meaning they followed the heathen customs.
Mhm.
That's who it's referring to, because a lot. Well, we all were
Gentiles. Yeah. When we
like the scriptures say, man.
yeah.
Because we were all worshiping false gods.
Chisel, sweet
Yeah.
Jesus. You know. or
Muslim, Buddhism,
yeah. Whatever you
New
do.
Age religion, Egyptology, all that shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Calling ourselves American. I'm African American.
Mhm.
Gentile, man. Gentile.
I mean, if you're calling yourself anything but an Israelite,
That's right.
you're a Gentile.
A Gentile.
Yeah. And you worshiping the idol. You even if you a Jake that's an atheist and you calling yourself an African American, your God is Leo Scipio Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci.
Yep.
Cause that's who you
That's
you
who you
giving
saying
you-
your father is.
that's who you saying your father is. So you giving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's glory to another man. That's what makes him an idol. you putting another man tag on you, and you belong to somebody else.
That's right.
Right.
Because the scriptures say you are not your own.
Yeah.
So you don't have the right to go around here and call yourself whatever the hell you want to call yourself. You don't have that right. That's why when Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai comes back to destroy you niggas, it's gonna be rightfully so.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
John 7:24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
And he didn't give y'all righteous judgment. That's why you can't do it.
Okay.
You just can't do it. Okay? But the Lord gave his men righteous judgment. Okay? Because the brother said in Daniel 9:7, when he read the scripture, it said righteousness belonging to the Most High. Well, we belong to the Most High because we what? Have his righteous judgment.
That's right.
Y'all are rejects, man. That's why you can't get it. That's why when we doing the lesson, we like, man, this is easy.
It's
You
simple.
can't get
It's
this.
Simple.
That's what makes us further understand that y'all just rejects, man.
Yep.
You know? Lord gave y'all over to a reprobate mind. Hey, this the Gentiles in 1 Corinthians 12:2, right? It's G1484, and the word is ethnos. Okay? It says a multitude of individuals of the same nature or genus,
Origin, right?
which is origin, beginning.
Yeah, beginning, same beginning.
Yep.
Alright, and our beginning was what? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know?
Yep. But that's the point, man.
That's the point. Man.
Moving on.
I got another quick one.
Go ahead, bro.
It's Psalms 106 and 35.
I had the John. Said
Get told.
Go ahead.
Tob.
Psalms 106 and 35. But will mingle among the heathen and learn their works.
Mm-hmm.
Simple, man.
Yeah, man, we're mingled, which means
That's right.
yeah, getting acquainted with them, you know, and then we learn their works.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have people that, you know, take a part of their customs and that, you know, do their culture, and it seems like they're straight up heathen, but then that Israelite spirit will come out, you know.
But I'm gonna continue reading. And they served their idols, which was nailed to them.
Mhm.
Simple, man.
Yep. Because see, that's what. See, really, the first commandment is what our people are breaking. Chiefly, you know, thou shalt not have any other gods before me, for I am a jealous God. And the scriptures say, do ye provoke the Lord to anger? The question is, yes, you people are provoking the Lord to anger. You're
Yeah.
provoking him to the highest level of anger, to the point that he's going to destroy you.
Yep.
You know? Go ahead, bro.
Let's sit on that.
Alright. This Tobit 13 and 3 says, confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us among them.
See? Read it again.
Confess him before the Gentiles.
No, start. You can start at the top. I want you to read the whole thing.
Oh, okay, kind. This is Tobit 13 and 1. Tobit wrote.
No. Verse 3. Just start at the top. of verse 3.
Slack, bro. Alright. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
for he have
Ye
scattered.
children of Israel,
Yep.
confess him before the Gentiles.
For he have scattered us among them.
Why? Because he has scattered us amongst the Gentiles. So he's telling us to confess, starting with the name, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Alright, he is our power. Alright, we are his people.
Yep.
Cry loud, spare not, lift up our voices like a trumpet, and show you niggas where you're going off. Alright? Don't spare your feelings in the process. Okay? Because you are amongst these heathens, worshiping their gods, and you are provoking the Lord to anger.
Yep.
He is a jealous power, and ye are married unto him, man.
Come. That's right, bro.
Let's sit on that out.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
This, I don't know, you know.
That's like, man, you go out and you catch your woman dealing with another man, alright? You gonna, when you get on her ass, you like, oh, so you ain't, she didn't tell you, when you see him, you like, oh, so she didn't tell you that I was her husband, huh? Okay. You gonna be mad as hell.
Yep.
You gonna kill him and her. like Big Word told
Yeah,
me.
I'm killing you and him.
And him, you know, which is not expedient, you know, but back in the ancient times it was, man. If you caught your woman with another man and she told him, both of them through, you know. Hey man, the law that's why the laws was given, because the Lord showing you how the Lord gave us the laws to show us. He gave us his laws to show us how he gets down.
Mm-hmm.
How to live righteous.
And how to live righteously.
How to conduct ourselves,
Yep.
man.
God.
Matthew 10 and 5, I'm gonna start at 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles and into...
Hold on. Salakia. Get John 7 first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Get John 7 and 35 first.
Okay, it's John 7 and 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go? That we shall not find him. Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
God.
Yeah, so really, it used two different Gentiles, or two different meanings for that word Gentile.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you break it down. Cause see, them two Gentiles is two Gentiles in that scripture, But one of the Gentiles is talking about a specific Gentiles, and the other one is talking about another type of Gentiles. Go ahead, break it down, bro.
Yeah, read it again.
Alright, it says, it's John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go into the dispersed among the
You know
Gentiles?
that word dispersed.
Just scattered among the Gentiles.
Yup.
It's talking about the heathens, among
Gone.
the heathens. So
Dispersed amongst
The
the
Gentiles.
Gentiles.
And teach the Gentiles.
And teach the Gentiles.
So that second Gentiles is talking about Israelites
Yep.
that were among the other Gentiles.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
right? It's,
You don't think the Most High could have made it where it was simple to understand?
yeah.
Like he purposely, the Lord is all knowing, man. He know that was gonna be confusing.
Yeah.
He knew it.
Yep. So only a small group could get it, you know. It's only gonna be a small group that's gonna understand this, man.
But a dummy will read that and be like lost.
Lost.
Like, and we used to be those dummies, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's just through the grace.
That's right, bro.
Yahweh Shai that
Right.
we are able to understand it.
Yeah.
And now that we are able to understand it, you know,
It's like,
It's like, dang.
hey, like the wisdom, once that light comes on, when that light bulb pops on in your head, it makes everything easily seen. Like it makes everything clear.
Yeah.
You know, like light, it makes everything easy to see, man.
God.
And, you know, we was dark in a dumb, dark place, man.
Yeah.
Which is
Broke
where
dark.
2/3 of our people are. You know, the Lord ain't turned that light bulb on, man.
If I can say this, man, this ain't for everybody.
This
man.
ain't for everybody.
This
Now,
ain't for everybody.
he's finna read Matthew 10. That's why I wanted him to read John 7 first. Because now, check out what the Lord is finna say. Now, this is Yahweh Shai's words himself.
Yeah, this is Matthew 10:5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Hold on. There go Gentiles again.
Yep.
Now he's saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles. Okay, so those are the natural Gentiles, man.
Jesus.
Okay, the non-Israelites.
Yep.
God. And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, the Lord, of course, had blessed the 12 with spiritual power, spiritual discernment, to discern where there was a group of Gentiles at that they didn't need to go preach the gospel to. You got it?
That's what you know, the book of Romans, book of Galatians, Colossians, Corinth. Those were all cities where Israelites were scattered to.
Yeah.
That's why there aren't any books of Egyptian. You know, because Israel wasn't scattered
Yeah,
there.
wasn't scattered, yep.
Yeah, it makes sense,
Yep.
bro. Yep.
Because Paul was basically writing letters to those cities because they're Israelites there. He wasn't writing letters to any cities that.
And that's what the
Even-
Apostle Paul is going. We're gonna get into the Apostle Paul gonna say that that's who he was a prisoner. He was a prisoner to the Gentiles. You know, that was his lot. The Apostle Paul's lot was to go and reveal to the Gentiles who the children of Israel were. You know, that's why when we read in Tobit, it says, "Confess he amongst the Gentiles, because we are scattered amongst them."
God.
You know.
Verse 7. And as ye go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Which is what we're doing to this day, man.
God,
You know?
if I can bring this out, this is Matthew 15:24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
I'm not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man.
You know, that's what. So he didn't die for the whole world, man.
Yeah, that's right.
And them his own words.
His
How
own
you
words.
getting, I mean, right. I mean, you know, when I first came in, you know, you got that open mind, these guys might be wrong.
Yeah.
Then they read Matthew 15-24. I was like, okay, I know red print, them the Lord's words. All right, it's over with. I don't need no more proof.
Yeah, I don't need
He
that.
just said, well, why would he say
Yep.
Then Matthew 10:5 and 6. Matthew 1:21. You know, I mean, the list goes on, man. And that's the thing. You Christians come up with one little scripture, and then like for every one scripture you can get that may sound like a contradiction, which is not. No scripture contradicts this truth, man. No scripture contradicts the overall message of this Bible, which is that the salvation is of the Jews. Salvation is for Israel only, man. The Lord only came to save the nation of Israel. That's it. But when y'all come with y'all one little scripture, we got 3 for your every one.
Yeah.
For your every one, I guarantee you, we got 3.
At least 3.
There's a point on that.
Okay, so we move along. Zahar, you can get Galatians 3. Alright, and 28. Yakanan get Psalms 147:19.
Alright.
Anah get Amos 3 and 2.
Alright, this is Galatians chapter 3, verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Christ Yahweh, or Mashiach. You know, Mashiach means Christ in the Hebrew. Alright, so Christians like to use that to say, oh, everybody's one under Jesus, under sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're a Jew or Greek.
Yeah.
But if you look up that word Greek, it talks about people that practice those Greek cultures.
Helen.
Yeah, Hellenistic. You know, it'd be like calling.
Matter of fact, get it in this underfin compact.
Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Grecian.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
wow.
And you can keep building on your point. I just want.
Yeah, but it'd be like to call everybody in America American. Doesn't matter if you're American or an Israelite,
Yeah.
because there are Israelites in America.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
People that dwell in America or there are some people that dwell in America that practice American customs. You know, they do the 4th of July shit.
Yeah.
You know, practice Christmas, Thanksgiving, all the American holidays. You know,
Grecian.
Okay, I'm on it. The Greece is Greece, the home of the Hellenists. Greeks and Grecians, however, are to be distinct. How do you say that? It's like, where you at?
distinguished.
So like, are to be distinguished.
Distinguished.
Greeks are generally those of Hellenic race, and probably, but the words, it said probably John 12:20, but the words may be used to indicate non-Jews, foreigners, and aliens.
It can be used to refer to non-Jews, foreigners, or aliens, which is talking about like people that are not originally from
Let me see.
those from Greece, but that have came in there and started practicing those customs. Alright, very
See,
simple.
you gotta keep going.
Did you get to the
Yeah.
point?
See, let me see your highlighter. I'm gonna get you what you need to get. Nah, I'm gonna let you read it.
Okay.
But I'm just finna highlight it for you. Because you just had a little bit more to go down. Really, you could have just got straight to the point. And it says, and read the scripture that it refers to, too. And see, that let you know that these devils know the truth, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is a goddamn Edomite that wrote this, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. They be playing these goddamn games, man.
Yeah, they know.
That's it right there. And from now on, when you bring it out, that's all you need to get out of it.
Well, Greek, Romans 1:16.
Romans 1:16.
Grecians were Greek-speaking Jews, folk of the dispersion.
Grecians were who?
Greek-speaking Jews.
Grecians were who?
Greek-speaking Jews.
Grecians were who? Greek-speaking Jews. Go ahead.
Folk of the dispersion.
Hold on. Now get diaspora.
Alright.
which we've already broke down disperse, what it means. Now, let's see who else knows what the disperse or the diaspora is about.
Alright, this is the word diaspora according to Google Dictionary. Alright, the dispersion of the Jews.
Who?
Dispersion
Of the
of the Jews.
Beyond Israel.
Beyond Israel.
Jews.
So they were dispersed. The brother just went into it. To Rome. They were dispersed amongst Corinth. They were dispersed all over Rome. Galatians, Ephesus.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's basically it.
The four corners of the earth, man.
Alright.
So let's read that scripture again.
There's neither Jew nor Greek.
Hmm.
There's neither bond nor free. There's neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Mashiach Yahushai.
So what that is saying, that there is no difference between Jew or Greek. You still an Israelite.
Yep.
Even though you speak Greek,
Yeah.
you still an Israelite. Even though you calling yourself a Greek, you still an Israelite. Even
Yep.
though you carrying on the customs of the Greeks, you still an Israelite. It don't matter what you call yourself. I've made you who you are.
Yep.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that being an Israelite is like a religion or some kind of
yeah.
just
I
kind
think
of
it's a
fad
religion.
or something.
Yeah,
You know,
you're right,
like a
bro.
following.
You
But
can't.
no,
It's,
you can't say you're not an Israelite.
Yeah.
You're still a fucking Israelite,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Whether you want to accept it or not.
yep, that's right, bro.
You're just
Yeah,
a
you
two-third
can't-
Israelite.
You can't change your
Yeah.
spirit.
Side
Who you are.
nigga, no light.
Yep.
But they don't want to hear it, man, because you know you bring out Deuteronomy 28 and tell them that they're cursed. They're like, no, I'm not cursed. I'm not cursed. You know, the Lord loves me. I'm blessed. I got a house. It's like, not for long, goddamn.
Only
Yeah.
difference between you and the ones that know they're Israelites is that you low level, man.
Mhm.
You know, the Lord's rejected you.
Yep.
You know, you rejected, and the Lord has chosen us, and Lord willing, we'll be, we call right now,
Call, come.
you know, and Lord willing, we'll be chosen to be His elect. But the Lord not dealing with a lot of His people at all. At all. It's His levels. His Lord, either Lord not gonna deal with you at all, or the Lord gonna let you feel, let you taste it, and make you
Not give it all
regurgitate
to
it.
you.
Like Nazariah, He gonna let you taste it and make you regurgitate it, or He gonna put you in this wholeheartedly and you gonna endure it again. You know.
Alright, for ye are all one in Mashiach Yahushai, and if ye be Mashiachs, then are ye Abraham's seed, and heirs according to the promise.
Oh, according to the promise. Heirs, we broke that down. Okay? According to the promise. Now, you can finish it, and we're going to bring out what promise.
The point I wanted to make was that y'all are from the seed of Abraham. You know, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to be specific.
But the seed, break it down all the way now.
Oh, yeah, the seed of Abraham, which is according to the father's lineage. You know, 'cause-
The seed of Abraham, read it again. Read the last part again, because you gotta incorporate the word promise in there.
Oh, yeah.
Because
okay.
Abraham had other sons.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
Isaac
right.
had the.
Isaac
Had
got
the
the
promise.
promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. It says, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise.
According to the promise.
So Psalm 147.
Yeah.
It's a more on there, ain't it?
No, that's it.
That ain't the one that's talking about the law.
Oh, well, that's back at verse 16.
You redeemed under the law. Or is that not in that one? It might be in Ephesians.
It talks about
Let's see, because I thought that was the one that says,
talks about the covenant being confirmed and
okay, don't get Psalms 147 yet. Get Jeremiah 31:31, Yakanan.
Okay.
We gonna still get that, and you get Hebrews 8 and 13.
You want to bring it out, bro?
Yeah, go ahead, Jeremiah
All
31
right,
and
this
31.
Jeremiah 31 and 31. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Keep going.
Come.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts.
I will put my laws in their inward parts, and I will write it in their hearts, man. That's the covenant, man. And that's those laws, statutes, and commandments being placed in our inward parts. And who he said he was gonna, that's the new covenant that he's gonna make with us, man.
Yep.
But he telling you who he gonna make that with.
Yep.
Israel, man.
But people like to say that the new covenant was Jesus coming for everybody, you know? And that's what the point is in Galatians, the 3rd chapter. I'll get it. Galatians 3 and 16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made to the Israelites. He saith not unto seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed which is Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed.
Hold on. He said, and to thy seed, which is who?
Mashiach.
Meaning Yahweh Shai, right?
Yeah.
So that let you know who Isaac was.
Okay.
That let you know who Isaac was right there, man.
And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before of Yahweh in Mashiach, that the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect. Alright? So you can't add to that covenant, you can't take away from it to make it
Ineffective.
ineffective.
Uh-huh.
No, it's a contract. You can't break a contract.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Because if the Lord is allowing all these other nations into this promise, then that makes him a liar. The Lord said he is a man that he shall not lie. Okay? He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So that would make that like he said, is there a fault with the Most High? No, it ain't no faults with the Most High.
Right.
You can't make the Most High out to be a hypocrite, man. If he said he's gonna do something, he gonna do it exactly the way he said he's gonna do it. Okay, he said he's gonna put the laws, statutes, and commandments in the inward parts of Israel, man.
Yep.
And verse 18 says, for if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more of promise, but God gave it to Abraham by promise. You know? So it wouldn't be a promise if, it wouldn't be a promise. He wouldn't have promised it to Abraham and his seed if everybody can get it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a promise. What
Yeah.
would you need a promise for if it's for
everybody-
everybody? Yeah, if everybody can be a part.
Yep.
It's common sense.
It says this now. I'm jumping now. This is Hebrews 8 and 10. It says the same thing. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. Okay, so that covenant is with the house of Israel, man. All right, all the covenants that the Lord made was with the house of Israel. The first covenant was ultimately the law. Okay, the second covenant, which is gonna be the law being in us. You know, so he only dealing with Israel, man. It ain't no in between. Ain't no the other nations, if they look like the other nations, they Israelites, man. Okay, this period. Just that simple, man.
That's right.
Alright, Galatians 3:28. Is that what you just read? Okay, so now let's get Galatians 4. Jump to Galatians 4.
Verse
may be able to start at verse 1. Let me make sure, bro. Might want to start up. Yeah, start at 3.
Alright,
Start at 3.
this is Galatians chapter 4, verse 3. Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of time was come, Yahweh sent forth his son, Yahushua, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, and we might receive the adoption of sons. So who's under the law?
Yep.
Psalms 147 and 19.
This is Psalms 147 and 19.
Because the point is, he came to redeem them, Yahushua, which he was made under the law, okay? And he came to redeem them that were under the law. Okay, so who did he give the laws to?
Yep.
We know, but we're going to let the scriptures tell you.
Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Hey man,
Israel.
he have not dealt so with any other nation. So I guess when the New Testament came along, he just changed his mind. Well, you
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna deal with Moab now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna deal with Elam now.
Yeah.
I'm
The
gonna
Lord,
deal
like,
with Esau
the
now.
Lord double-minded.
Yeah, he
Come on,
double-minded. Come on, man. No, the Lord said I changed not, man.
That's right.
No. And the reason that he said he changed not is so that what? The sons of Jacob, I'm roughly paraphrasing what he said. Therefore I changed not. I changed not, therefore the sons of Jacob are not consumed, man.
That's right.
Okay?
Yep.
Amos 3 and 2.
Now this Amos 3 and 2. Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquity.
You can break it down now.
So the Lord will punish us if we disobey his law, man.
Yeah.
Basically, this straight to the point. He would punish us because the law was only given to the Israelites,
That's right.
not no other nation, man. It's back in Psalms 147. He haven't did so with any other nation, man.
Yeah.
He only did with Israel, man.
Yeah.
The so-called blacks, Hispanics, so-called Latinos, and Native Americans in confusion of faces, as you can see.
That's right.
He only did with us, man. So we can only transgress the law.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
You
the
won't
only
have I
ones that's
known.
gonna be punished.
We don't want to be punished. That's just like your child acting up at school
Yeah, that's
with
right.
his friends. You ain't gonna whoop them.
Yeah, you ain't gonna whoop the friends.
You gonna whoop your child.
Yeah, you gonna whoop your child.
Don't be telling me about what your friends did. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I
They ain't got
don't
nothing to
give
do
a
with
damn
me.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They the one got you this ass.
Yeah, and transgressing the law is committing sin, man.
Yep.
And the Lord said He come back to save His people.
From their sins.
Matthew 1 and 21.
That's right.
And I can bring the definition of sin is 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgressor also the law.
Yep.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Yep.
Yes.
So the Lord will punish us if we transgress the law, man.
Yeah.
Plain and
His
simple.
people.
Yep. And we all, I'm gonna give it to you. We are all guilty of transgressing the law.
God.
We were unable to keep the law. That's why Yahweh Shai had to be made under the law. Alright?
Yep.
Because if he wasn't made under the law, then that means technically he wasn't in the same position that we were in. That's how you know he had to come just the same way we came in this world, in the flesh. Okay? He had to come the same way we came, with a father and a mother through sex.
Yeah.
Alright? And with that being said, when he came, he had to carry out all the things in the law perfectly so that we can make it back to the Heavenly Father, man.
And it say they will have no cloak for their sins.
Yep.
So a lot of you people finna die, man.
Come on.
Y'all refuse to come back to the Lord, man.
Yep.
Thou refuse to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Second Ezra 3:36, and then we got the final scripture.
Second 36. The second Ezra 3:36. There shall find that Israel by name had kept that precept, but not the heathen.
Yeah, because if you look at these so-called Jews over in Israel right now, they got a thing called kosher swine. They're holding the biggest LGBT community parties, gay pride parades, or whatever. You know, they're not following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So that just goes to show that they can't keep the precepts. They're not Israel.
Yep.
They see the Israelites come into their heritage, and we are keeping the precepts of the Most High.
Yep.
Which the Spirit beareth witness that we're the Israelites.
Yep.
You know, because our Spirit bears witness to the Spirit of truth. Right? The Spirit of truth is this word.
Yep. And the word precepts mean laws and orders, man.
Meaning we don't have to get a DNA test.
Yeah.
Prove that we
Yeah.
are Israelites, man.
That's right, bro.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because Paul says, don't argue after vain genealogies.
Yep.
Alright,
That's actually in Titus 3:9. But go ahead, bro.
this is Ephesians 3:1. For this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Yahushua Mashiach, for you Gentiles, if ye have heard of the dispensation of the grace of Yahweh, which is given me to you word, how that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery as I wrote afore in few words.
See, so he made known to the Apostle Paul the mystery of the Gentiles. Okay? And I want to say that the Apostle Paul came up under Peter, but Yahushua dealt with Apostle Paul too. But he was made known. Peter had that revelation in Acts, man, about the mystery of the Gentiles, man. So all the Lord's men understand the mystery of the Gentiles. It's just that you niggas in the dark, you need to go find a magnifying glass, man. You ain't got it. Go find Moby Dick or somebody, man. All right, because obviously we ain't got it. You know, we not. What's the word? I guess we not skilled enough, or we not accredited enough for you. All right, to understand it, like to give you the understanding. You know, we don't have enough accolades. But go ahead, bro.
Keep going.
Yep.
Whereby when ye read, ye may understand my knowledge and the mystery of Mashiach.
Right. So that's why we are here. So when that's how you know you gotta have teachers, man. Cause when you read, you need to be able to understand what you're reading.
That's right.
That's why teachers are placed here on the earth, man. To bring forth the understanding of the scriptures, man. That the Lord sets men up to do that, to bring out that understanding, man. Go ahead, bro.
Which in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men, as it now revealed unto his holy apostles and prophets.
And the scriptures say we have become wiser than our teachers, man. You know, and cause you know, like a lot of these prophecies are coming to pass in our age that was written about ages ago. So the more things that are revealed, the wiser we become. You know, because we can go back and look at the things that were written aforetime and see those things that have come to pass in our time. You know? Go ahead, bro.
That the Gentiles should be fellow heirs.
There go that word again.
And of the same body and partakers of his promise in Mashiach by the gospel.
Hey, that's the point, man. You know? And I know it's got a colon there, but that's the point, man. You know? Read it again and we can pretty much close it out, man. I was going to look up a word, but that's the point.
Yeah, I'll just read the point.
Yeah, that point.
That the Gentiles should be fellow heirs.
That the Gentiles should be fellow heirs, man. You know? Heirs of the same body, okay? That's why Apostle Paul said, to whom pertaineth the promises, who are Israelites, according to the flesh. All right? So it's simple, man. All right, we just gonna close on that. We're gonna say, hey, all praises, honor, glory be to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to the men who taught us this truth, the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. All right, we want to say, Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala.
Shalom to the hopefully elect.
Shalom.